What does faith without works is dead mean? With the caveat of, I thought salvation was without works. And so that's another thing that I feel like people misconstrue, because when the Bible talks about, like, salvation is based on grace and grace alone, faith in God, and it's not based on works. Well, when they're talking about that works, they mean the law. And so it's like, it's not based on you trying to fulfill tradition and laws to be saved. But when he says faith without works is dead, he's really just talking about two caveats of it. Like, okay, well, now that you're saved, your love for God and love for Christ should exude fruits, which are the works. You should be showing that you love God by living righteously, by being holy, by, being obedient, by, probably letting go of these certain things, or doing a certain thing, loving your neighbor, which again fulfills, the moral laws, which is the 10 Commandments. All of these things should be things that we should see as works, is because you love the Lord, not because you're like, these things are going to get me to be saved and have, inherit the kingdom of heaven. And then there's also, with the faith without works is dead, the other caveat of, it's mentioned, I can't remember where, if it's James, which chapter, but it's basically like helping others, not about just giving them the faith, but also having the works. So let's say you actually was witnessing to a homeless person, or a homeless person on the street. It's like, yeah, okay, you're going to witness to them, but faith without works would be dead for that, because it's like, well, if they're hungry or they need, some sort of help, whether it's shelter or whatever it is, you just giving them the faith without actually helping them in the area that they need help in, it makes it dead, because they're not going to be receiving of your faith, because it's like, what benefit did you help them receive, right? So when you look at even Jesus and how he ministered and he healed, or he did certain things, he did those things to spread the gospel, to teach them about him being the living water, right? But it's like, well, if someone is, need of healing, I'm not going to just be out here trying to toss the word on you without saying, I'm gonna heal you, because I want you to know that there's a benefit walking this out in terms of, doing it through me. And so I think that's the part that we also miss as well. So it's like, if you're just witnessing to people, but you're never meeting a need that they have, it's like, well, there's a dead end to it. You might catch a seed that's watered in a moment, but most times than not, it's going to die, because there's no experience that you added to that to show that God is real, to show that, like, God is able to touch them where they're at. And so that's the part about the faith without works is dead. And so, like, if you've wrestled with that this year, or you just was wondering, like, how can I be better at that? It's like, those are the examples of being better, meeting the needs of people and not just witnessing to them. That's the level of compassion and the detail that Jesus exemplified for us, but also that's what God looks at, right? God does that for us. And so that's kind of like what it means with the faith without works is dead.